episode number 15. It's July 3rd.
July 3rd, wow.
It's middle of
Halfway
winter.
through the year.
Rainy day here in Flinders Street, Melbourne.
It's really freezy.
Ready to go for a new episode.
Got lots of stuff to talk about today.
Last week we had a few technical issues, so we hope that internet today is going to be nice to us. So we have a brand new connection, so hopefully the streaming is going to be nice. So
Should be.
I think the first thing today is a bit of a discussion on last week's competition.
Yep, so we had the competition last week about automobile building.
Yes.
And that got 7 entries from memory. So it wasn't as widely entered as the previous one.
Yes.
But we've got some really good work.
Absolutely.
And we've got the 3 winners up on the event page. So if you want to see all of their work in progress photos, just go over there and have a closer look.
Absolutely.
And do we actually have those?
We have a couple of slides here. So there are the top 3.
Yes.
So Vijay, tell us what you thought about those 3 entries.
Okay, so I guess coming in third was Henrik, and so he had a really nice rendition of the Alpine A110, is it?
Yeah, something like that.
So that was a rally car,
A110.
very classic. Very nice work in progress photos.
Yes.
So showed exactly how he achieved the finished product, and overall photos at the end look really nice too. Very classy.
Very well presented.
Yes. So very nice overall finish. Had some extra details added to the engine, a few wires and things. That was really nice. Second was the Superbug by Ken Scott. Ended up with a really nice paint finish. He used SMS paints, I think.
That was very nice, actually. Very nice colour.
Yes. And overall, very, very clean finish. And he came second. And then first was Kerry Knox?
Knox, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so this photo probably doesn't show everything about the build, but he put in a lot of extra parts. So there was carbon fiber decals. The engine was very, very well detailed. Extra cables everywhere. But if you go onto the event page, you'll see there's 70 odd photos that he uploaded.
Wow.
And it's
that was
very
a lot
impressive.
of work.
Yes,
that was a lot
definitely.
of work.
Yes.
So we are also starting today a new competition.
Yes, that's right.
Was it Gundam or?
Well, we call it a mecha competition.
Mecha competition.
Because it incorporates Gundam, other robots. So it doesn't have to be just Gundam. It can be from any of these animations.
Right.
It can be something that you scratch build yourself too.
That would be very interesting. So starting today at 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
You can start putting in your entries, and it's going to run for 2 weeks till Friday in 2 weeks' time.
That's right. So a lot of people I've seen are worried that they have to build something in 2 weeks, but that's not the case.
Correct.
So if you've already built something and you've got work in progress photos, just enter it, because we understand that everything can take a long time.
Absolutely.
And you may have started to build like 2 weeks ago, and you need another 2 weeks. Well, that would be perfect. That's a 4-week build.
Absolutely.
But something that's finished, no problem. Enter it.
Very good. So specifically if you are scratch building or kit bashing as such, that's normally a much longer project.
That's right.
So it will take some time. So anything you started, start putting through some work in progress photos perhaps, so you show other people what you're up to, and we get a bit of interest. So
yeah, that's right.
Starting tonight, we ready to accept some entries.
Right. And remember that the more entries we get, the higher the prize pool. So if we get up to 60 entries, the prize pool goes up to $300, which is split amongst the first 3.
Absolutely.
So share it all around, get everyone into it, because I'm sure there's heaps of people that have mecha.
Absolutely.
Even
activity,
Yeah, that's right. Even your gaming stuff like Warhammer, 40k, things like that.
Will apply as well. Wow. Yes. Okay, so this is very broad. We're looking forward to many entries, and I think some very interesting finished models.
Yes. Yeah, there's always something interesting.
Very good.
All right.
So this week we have a few news again, new announcement of products coming up.
Yes.
So let's get on to that.
Yep.
Okay, RC BT Design. So BT Design is an Italian manufacturer of body shells for RC cars, mostly 1.8 racing buggies.
Yep.
And they've just released this new 1.8 body shells. They're called Vision.
Yep.
And the news is that they are pre-cut.
Pre-cut makes it a lot easier.
How hard it is to cut these bodies.
Yep.
And cut them neat and cut them nice. So there'll be different models for different brand cars, going from HB Racing, Mugen, Kyosho, Techno, X-Ray, all the most common one, really. And for some of them will be for the Nitro, and for some of them also the electric version.
Yep.
So then you have the option to choose either or.
Yes.
which is very nice. It is usual 1mm thick.
It's a very interesting look because the forward cab has always been quite popular in the last few years.
Yeah.
And this one looks much more streamlined because they looked very sort of jagged before.
Yeah, they changed it a bit smoother, I guess, as well. So, new look. So the Force was the one they released a few years back, maybe 5 years ago, maybe even 6, and that was a lot more squarish.
Yes.
The Fighter was the previous ones again, and that was really, really streamlined again, and so they're changing, the way that the cars are designed and the way they handle, and therefore the body shell are changing as well.
Yeah.
So
it definitely make a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Aerodynamic also on the buggies is very, very important.
Yes.
So it does change the way the car handles. So these are going to come in the next probably 2 to 3 weeks.
Yep. Exciting.
Very much so. Next one is on plastic kits. Salvino Junior models.
Yes, those are all brand new. They've concentrated on American NASCAR models. A lot of them that haven't been around for a while and some that haven't been available at all. So they're concentrating on Dale Earnhardt, the very famous drivers. So a full range of them, I think, is going to be due in the middle of the month.
Yeah, very soon.
So very excited to see. And, everyone thought they're probably going to be old molds, but they're actually brand new tooling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So as you can see from here.
There's a few more, I think. There's about 10 or 12, I think.
Yeah, there's quite a few in the first lot.
So we put a selection here.
Yes, Richard Petty, definitely very, very famous.
Yes.
And Dale Earnhardt that I mentioned before, and a few others. I'm not right into the American racing, but these are all classics from
But they look really good.
Yep.
So
70s and 80s.
Very much looking forward to some of those in the next couple of weeks. BMAX model also due in mid-July. So this is not a new brand, but we haven't seen it very often in recent years.
No, that's right. So the BMAX concentrates on a lot of the classic rally cars, like Group B type cars, and also some of the older touring cars.
Yes.
And then there's also an offshoot brand which is Nunu.
Yes.
And then that's the next one, is it?
I think we have Nunu. So this is the Quattro S1.
Okay,
it's probably one of the most common ones,
definitely.
isn't it?
So the Audi Quattro S1 is the most popular car out of the full range. The mold's actually cut by Aoshima, so very clean molds. And they do have options for photo etch and detail parts, which you can get extra.
They're coming as well, so all those will be listed on our website very shortly today.
Yes.
As you said, Nunu models.
Yes. Okay. So
are they part of the same group?
So it seems to be part of the same group, and they concentrate on more of the more modern type touring cars. Although the Volvo's not that.
It's a classic.
New,
that would be very interesting. Yeah,
definitely.
Volvo 240 Turbo.
It's funny. I mean, that brings back a lot of memories because my family had a lot of the Volvo 240s.
That's really good.
And then obviously the BMW M6. So we've had the M6s before, but this is a new livery.
Yep.
And then there'll be other cars coming out as well.
Absolutely. So
for car modelers, something very exciting.
Absolutely. So I think that's it for today for new products. But this week we start receiving quite a few new deliveries, which is very exciting.
Yes.
And we are waiting for some more this afternoon and early next week, including Tamiya RC.
Yes.
So, what did we receive this week?
So this week we finally got Dora wings.
Yes.
So we've been talking about Dora wings for a little while, and Dora wings make some really interesting kits. I'll bring a few. I've got a few across the top here. Some of their newer kits.
That's perfect because we actually had Nick Newell asking about Dora wings.
Oh, did you there?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
And we've got another question later on for Tamiya.
Let me see. Actually, I'll jump on the questions on this side.
Okay, so I just popped a few here. Okay, so they're concentrating on a lot of civilian type aircraft and racing type aircraft. Okay, so you've got the Percival Vega Gold, which I've just got down the bottom here, and then we've got the record flight of Amelia Earhart's Lockheed Vega, and then this is pretty interesting. I mean, this is a racing version of the King Cobra.
Right.
So the Aero Cobra, I guess, is like a very fast fighter developed for World War II. But instead of having the engine on the front, it was behind the pilot.
Right.
And then after the war, obviously they had a lot of aircraft that were for sale. And then one of the guys bought a King Cobra.
Yep.
And to make it go faster, chopped the wings down.
Right.
Okay. So this has got the trim wings on it, and this is a racing version. And then something else that's really interesting. I've got there's a GB there as well from the 1920s.
This one here, I think. Yep.
And that's quite interesting too. So this is a King Cobra as well.
Right, different version.
A couple of them got modified to have a little seat in the back.
Oh wow, second.
Yeah. So it's like a trainer type thing, or
I
don't know, just taking someone for a joyride.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
they're all in stock now. So there's quite a variety in 72nd scale and 48 scale, and they're working on 32nd scale at the moment. So they've been really popular.
Absolutely.
Just arrived. Well, pretty much all of them are new kits, and some of them come with resin parts and also photo etch parts as well.
So we're going to do some couple of unboxing review in the next few days, and
Yes.
they'll be popping up on our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe so you're gonna get the notifications. Let's see, we have a few questions. So
Yes.
yeah, Nick, these are the Dora wings. So Nick was asking about the Dora wing. Good to see you,
Yes.
Nick, again. Someone from Paul from Gambia. Thank you for joining us. Let's see.
So yes. So Nick, if you're wanting any of this stuff, we've got the full range in stock now.
Okay, so one is asking for the Terrascocha. Well, we are expecting the delivery of Tamiya RC kits this week or perhaps Monday. We don't know what's going to come in yet, so hopefully there is a Terrascocha for you. We will let you know. Well, I guess we're going to do some posts on Facebook or whatsoever as soon as we get them in today or Monday. So hopefully we see them soon. So also we received a large delivery of figures and tiny little cars for model trains.
And they're so cool.
They are really cool.
Yeah.
So let's bring them across.
Yeah, okay, so a lot of these are European type figures, particularly Prizer, which is very, very famous from Germany. And then we've got some Burkina cars from Germany as well. Actually, most of this stuff's from Germany, isn't it?
I think most of it is from Germany. So Burkina is from Germany and Prizer is for Germany as well. So definitely.
I might take this out of the box because this is more impressive out of the box.
That is very nice out of the box. So this is just a selection. Maybe we switch on the camera. Oh. Sorry,
Right, here we
guys,
go.
Here we go.
Alright, so just to give you an idea, so all of these are HO scale.
They should be HO scale, yes.
Okay, so that's 1 to 87.
Yes.
Now let's just get this focused on here. See if I can get this closer so you can see. How's that? Is that in focus? Hopefully it is.
Bit of reflection. Let's see if you can.
How's that
open them.
looking, Matt? Is it not so good?
Should be good. I think this is a reflection of the box.
Oh, is it?
I'll
Yeah.
give you a
Here we go. Look at
Okay.
this. Let's start with this one. We'll
Okay.
remove the box. So this is really cool. Let's see if you guys can see it. This is a little van.
Yep.
Delivery van, again from Burkina.
Which van's this?
That's a Dodge A100.
Oh wow, it's got an odd looking front, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's got a spare wheel.
It's got a
So
smacked in
often
nose.
enough, these are, I wouldn't say limited edition, but they get issued in with this specific configuration and color pretty much once. And then
Yes.
when they do another production run, they may change some details, such as colors or, this has got a wheel, perhaps next one is not going to have a wheel, could have some, accessory in the back of the tray.
I mean, some of the really impressive parts on these are the chrome accents, like around the
Absolutely, let's see.
around the lights.
Yes.
And then the handles.
Probably hard to
How are we
see.
going there? Maybe I'll try and manually focus that a bit.
Yeah, that's
that
it, that's
better?
better. It's much better. So the level of detail is quite impressive actually.
Yeah, so they're really clean, aren't they? I
These
mean,
are very
these.
clean.
If you took a photo of them and you blew it up, you'd be hard pressed to see if it was like 1/18 scale.
Yeah. So next one we've got here, let me see if I can open this one
Get a
carefully.
bit closer. How's that?
Oh, that's good. And then
So really impressive. Okay.
we are moving to a classic Volkswagen.
Oh, okay. We've got a combi here.
That's a T1 van.
How's that? Okay, so T1 van. You got the two-tone. What's it say on the side here?
That's probably
That's German. I can't read that.
no.
Wapperswerk, maybe. Do you see that? Well, this is Series 1, yeah?
That's a
No?
T1.
Split. Oh, split window.
T1A actually.
Okay. That's cool. I like how the VW badge on the front is really, really clean. Let's see. Gone the wrong way. How's that? Really nice. You see
That's
how
cool.
shiny the finish is on this too.
Very well
You can
finished.
see
Yeah.
how tiny it is. I mean, it's right next to my finger here. Okay, so we've got those.
So I'll just open.
Oh, this is the one I was.
this one.
Oh, oops, just tried to run away. That's the one I tried to show before. This is a Porsche 917K.
So this one comes in a few different liveries and different colors.
Yep.
So we have I think 5 or 6 different ones. So there's a bit of a range, which is quite nice.
It's really nice in the golf colours. So classic.
Very classic, yeah.
The burnt orange and the baby blue, powder blue.
Ooh, it's got open.
And try to run away as well.
Yeah. Okay, lost the wheel. So while we put the tire back on.
Oh, it's an off-road car. That's why it lost its wheel.
Yeah. It's a classic.
The Defender.
Yeah, that's a Defender, and that's a Defender with a wheel. Maybe we should look at
something else.
Meanwhile,
all right.
Let's
try this. Okay. So how's this?
So moving to
you got your
figures.
little. Yep. So you got your little carriage with the horses. So you got the 2 horses there. White carriage with 2 riders.
So then again, Preiser produces all these figures that can be used for modern airways, but also for all kind of different applications like cake decoration, terrariums.
Yeah,
There's a huge amount of application. Could be a nice gift actually for
yeah, for sure.
For special events. So as you see, there's different type of
So I guess that's
different colors, different configuration of the same.
That's a similar sort of. It's more like an open stagecoach, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So it's got the wedding party in the back. You've got the bride and the groom. All right, so you got those, and then there's something a bit
different.
Oddball about these.
So that's your camel. So there's a full range of animals of all kinds. There's some kangaroos as well.
So does a camel have to come with this guy doing the handstand?
Yeah, probably. But then there's all different individual figures of all kind of scenes, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
So this guy is reading upside down, so I guess he's kind of...
Yeah, so that's a book right there, isn't it?
A book, yeah. It's kind of a meditation read or something.
Well, he's really strong.
Looks like some people like the handstand guy a lot.
I think he's the winner, yes. He's the winner of today. Anyhow, meanwhile, we fixed this Land Rover.
We'll put another tyre on it.
Yeah, put the tyre back on. We apparently received some Tamiya. They're telling us from the front.
Oh, really? Oh, we might have to
go
and
maybe
grab
someone
something.
from the front can go and grab Tamiya.
Let me see if I can get that. That's probably... Is that sort of focused? I'm having trouble seeing, but you can see how nicely detailed these small...
It's quite bright, actually. Yeah.
Small cars are. Yeah, very nice. Okay, well, what's this? Oh, there's the ice cream guy.
Oh, the ice cream guy. He's had a crash, I think.
Oh,
let's see if we put it back here. Let's see.
No, maybe not. Okay.
Maybe. Anyhow, it's crashed in the box. So it's traveled all the way from Europe with his ice cream. So we'll take some pictures as well today, later on today perhaps. But there is a huge range of different figures. They're actually really good fun.
Oh, they are, definitely. And I mean, the individual figures, and they've got so much character. And when you put them together, it's like they're having a party.
Correct, exactly. So that's for these. So let's see what questions we have while we clear this.
Sure.
So Noel is asking if you received some TT01 Mustangs. Again, we don't know yet, but there's a delivery apparently just at the front there.
They're
Let's
just opening it up right now.
If we can find out a bit more.
Yep.
Okay, so let's park those at the back here.
Alright.
And if anyone has any question, meanwhile, we can answer them. There we go. So today we're going to talk about a couple of different RC topics again.
Yeah, so they're a bit different.
So
probably something that a lot of people don't hear about much.
Absolutely. So let's park this. Almost there. There we go. And let's bring people things on the table.
Alright, so got all this sort of stuff.
So let's see if someone can tell us what the topic is going to be next.
Someone's asking if you guys have any Preiser figures and 172 scale.
Preiser 172. I don't think I know they are available, but we don't normally stock the 172nd range.
No, so most of the 72nd scale stuff that we do carry are the military type ones by Hat and Isoleri and Zvezda.
But those will need to be built and painted up,
yes.
really. So we can probably order them in if you're not in a huge rush. We can try to source them.
Yes.
Specifically, so... Okay, so...
Right. So what have we got here?
What is this? Let's see if anyone can guess what we are going to talk about now. Definitely round and red and black. Okay, so
Well, you can't drive an RC car without them, can you?
we can't drive an RC car without those. Definitely are needed. We can't stay without those. You may be able to stay without those.
Yes.
But it's not going to be great.
No.
So, for those that don't race or play with RC cars, obviously those are tires, and the tires need to come with inserts.
Yes.
Why do we need the inserts, Beach?
Well, the inserts act like the air pressure in the tyre,
Correct.
because with the tyres, we don't actually pump them up.
Yeah.
It's what you call non-pneumatic. So the foam inside acts like the pressure.
Correct. So, it's very, very important to select the correct type of foam, and you can actually tune your car by changing the foam, and there's different type of foam as you see. Perhaps we switch to the side camera so you can see here. This is an open, here we go, that's Tamiya coming, look at there. Well, that's good timing. So that's what we call closed cell foam, which is a bit more of a modern type solution.
Yeah, so it's got already a tyre shape to it. So it's got rounded corners, it's got ridges already in it, and then you've got the internal type ridges
Ribs.
as well.
So different manufacturer use different type of foams as well, or consistency.
Yes.
So this blue one here is from Proline. Okay.
Yep.
Looks very similar, but it's quite different from a consistency perspective, and often they're different in size too.
Right.
Which is very important, specifically, when you use different type of tires,
Yep.
the shape and the size of the insert is going to change the way the tire is going to contact with the ground,
Yes.
and the way the tire is going to perform,
Yes.
as far as how long it's going to take to get up to temperature,
Yes.
the consistency on the sidewall,
Yes.
and therefore the way this car is going to drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So there's a few different factors, isn't there? Because
Absolutely.
the tyres you can get in different compounds.
yes.
So they can be soft to hard, designed to work for different temperatures.
temperature.
And then the insert is in combination with that.
Correct. So if you put this on the side again, you see different tires have different kind of shapes as well, different characters. Let's see if we can actually see it. Here we go.
So you've got
Okay.
different tread patterns, for
Different
different
patterns,
surfaces.
Different surfaces. So we perhaps talk about this in another video specifically about tires, but
Yep.
going back to the inserts.
Yep.
You have
So
the,
these are the two main kind of insert, right?
the two main kind of inserts. So you have
Yeah.
the closed cell,
So it's a
which is
closed
this
cell.
one, and open cell, which is this foamy, more traditional type solution.
Yeah, I guess that's more like a packaging foam,
Yes.
and this is more like an insulation type foam.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay, so they feel quite different when
Very
you
much so.
when you squeeze them. I mean, these ones here are much firmer, and
they're
these
quite
ones
soft.
are softer.
And even within the open cell range, you have different type of consistency, which again you can change the feel of your tires of your tires again. So
Yep.
very interesting aspect of this is obviously tuning factor that everyone should consider.
Yes. Yeah, so it's tricky. I guess it's like racing a real car, where
Absolutely.
you play around with different tire compounds, different tire treads, and different pressures as well.
Yes,
It's the same for racing radio controlled cars.
correct.
So if you get the combination right,
Yep.
you'll have that edge over the
Absolutely.
next person.
And obviously all it's going to depend from where you're racing, the type of track. If you have bigger jumps, if it's quite rough, if it's loose, then you use different type of foams, and obviously different type of tires.
Yes. So
Um,
I guess the basics would be the softer the foam, the more traction you can get.
Yes,
Yes.
but then you have more deflection on the tire as well,
Yes.
because there's less support on the sidewall. So
Yep.
let's see if you can turn this here. So if you look on the inside, they have a structure on the inside of the tire, which is different from manufacturer to manufacturer, and this is because when the tire is filled with an insert, let's put this one in if you
Yep.
can.
Yep.
So that's how it fits in.
So I guess being in the diagonal, it's controlling the sort of lateral movement.
Yeah, overall. So here we go. So once it's in, then obviously it's going to feel all this, lateral side of the tire as well. And when you're driving, let's see, obviously you have more or less resistance on the sidewall. So when you're
Yeah.
cornering at a high
Yes.
speed, you have more or less deflection. So
Yes.
that's a very strong tuning factor, really.
Yep. Yep.
And if you have a very rough track, you want to have probably a bit softer edge, so
Yep.
it's a bit more forgiving, and you don't
Yes.
get caught on roots and
Yes.
holes or rocks
Yep.
or whatsoever, really.
Well, that makes sense.
So More advanced racers, they tend to
Yes.
even fine-tune these inserts by cutting holes in it or
Yes.
shaving them and changing again the performances. Here we go.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, it's never-ending options
Absolutely.
and combinations.
Absolutely. So this is just a very brief overview. There is a lot more to it that some of more advanced racers probably have way more information on this.
Yes.
Also, touring cars, on-road cars will run on inserts.
Yes.
So this is a lot different. It's a kind of different material. Let's see if we can show it on the side here.
Yep.
So it's
Nice, hold
very
on.
different. You probably had some experience on road
On
inserts
these?
on the early days.
Oh,
I
in
guess.
the early days when it was rubber tires, because there used to be foam tires a lot of the time, and foam tires, I think. Let me see if I can focus this. I think I'm going the wrong way. So foam tires, I think, are more forgiving to drive.
Yes.
Because they tend to have the same sort of traction going forward and sideways. They
Right.
tend to slide a lot. But when it moved to rubber tires, it reacted more like a real car.
Right.
So the tire pressure or the insert made a huge difference. Now, to find the right combination for the right temperature and the right track took a lot of experimenting.
Absolutely.
So there would have been easily 5 to 6 different inserts, and then perhaps 5 different compounds of tire.
Wow.
And then you just had to work out which one would work the best. And sometimes you have to guess because you have to measure temperature of the track
Yeah.
and then pick from your
Yeah.
data.
So
So it can be quite technical.
on touring car, I believe it's the thickness of the insert. So how
Yes.
much is going to fill the tire,
Yes, so you got thickness, so you got thin ones and thicker ones.
as well as the consistency of
That's
the insert
right.
itself.
So
So
there's
how
soft
firm
ones,
it is. Yeah.
Yes, and hard ones. So you change the air gap as well,
Yeah.
and that determines how quickly the tire
It has get the
warms
temperature.
up. Yes.
So, very interesting topic. So if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. But there is a lot more to it
Yes.
when we talk about tires. And,
So I guess these tires are
yeah.
a bit different too because they've got a belt in them to stop
Absolutely.
them from expanding.
Actually, that would be interesting. Let's see if you can actually show it again on the side here. So these
So
are
it
belted, so they don't expand. So they've got like a belt.
So it's a fabric that is molded in here. You might be able to just see some of the fibers on the edges
Yes.
here, and that just stops it from expanding.
Yes.
Because particularly on touring car where you can get some high speeds,
Absolutely.
if you had tires that expanded,
Yep.
you'll lose control of the car.
And it will affect the setup of the car. You know,
Yes.
the ride height and all the other setup parameters.
Yes.
So this is just a brief overview on inserts for remote control cars.
Yes.
That applies to small cars, big cars, any of
Any
them.
car.
So
Yeah. On road, off road.
if you like to experiment, you trying to source different type of foams
Yes.
and put them into your tires, pretty
Yes.
much like so. Make sure they fit in properly before you put them into your rims. So there's quite a few manufacturers producing different type of tires. This is an AKA. They are from USA and they do mostly 1.8 buggy and truggy racing tires. And
Yep.
here we go. As you see, they fit in really well.
Yep. Very snug.
Very snug.
Yep.
So we may do another session on different tires because that's another aspect which is very, very interesting.
Well, that's right.
Different patterns, different
Yes.
shapes, different compounds. There's a lot to it. So
Yep.
cool. Okay.
Okay.
So meanwhile, we'll see some Tamiya cars.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm getting excited.
Let's see what's happening. So let me put this aside.
Oh.
And
Oh.
BJ's excited. Let's see what's on here. Ooh.
Well, one of the cars that was mentioned earlier is actually here.
Just be mindful that there's quite a few pre-orders on some of those cards, so don't get too excited.
Let me see if I can get this focus back. There
Here
we go.
Number 1.
Subaru Brat. So who can tell me what chassis this is mounted on?
Ooh.
It's a very famous chassis. Should be pretty easy. If you look carefully, you'll be able to see it on the top there. Well,
Let's see.
no,
No, not
nobody
yet.
knows.
Not yet.
Subaru Brat. It's quite an early car. It's on a Frog chassis.
Aha.
Yep. So this is like a scale version of the Frog. It's really
Here we go.
nice.
Rob got it already.
Ah, there you
well
go.
done.
So yeah, so it's very classical. Some people love the Frog. Other people wanted a car that looked real. So there
This
you
is
go,
it.
Subaru Brat.
It's not a buggy, but it's more like a real car. Here
Yep.
we go.
So
That's
little
number 1.
ute.
Again, they do come with speed controller and motors, but
Yes.
you do need to buy radio, servo, battery, and charger.
So this was a bit different. That there's a blue version, and it actually comes with 2 bodies.
Oh,
So
it does.
originally the bodies used to be hard, the hard resin ABS bodies, but it looks like they've got a there's a polycarb version in here as well.
Okay, well, might as well have a look at it then.
So you can see that the resin body traditionally it would have been white, but this one's been molded in blue. And the blue ones, if you've had these before, the hard bodies you tend to, if you hit things, they can scratch quite easily or
Yeah.
break.
The brake.
So
Could the option be?
that's it. So polycarbonate, that's the way to go
Way more
for
flexible.
driving around. Yep. So you keep this one for nice pretty
Show.
display,
Yeah.
and that one for driving around.
We yet don't have a cost on this, they just arrived, so the website should have a costing which is pretty accurate, so have a look at that, but we haven't yet seen, actually, we forgot something, yet see the invoice actually.
Ah.
So we will update everything later today.
So that's pretty exciting. Haven't seen one of those for a while.
No,
The blue is different.
Okay, so next.
Ah.
Aha.
Okay, so we've got the famous Bigwig. So the Bigwig was the top shelf car that they made, which was based on the Hotshot.
Absolutely.
Okay, so they had the Hotshot first, which had the monoshocks on it. It was all red. And then they got the more basic version, which is the Boomerang. Had
Right.
2 shocks at the back, single shock at the
The
front.
front.
And then the Super Shot,
Right.
which is now known as a Super Hot Shot.
Super shot. Yeah.
And then the Bigwig was the best one. So the bodywork on this was actually designed by a famous Japanese automotive designer.
Right.
Yeah, so it's fully aerodynamic. Had a few new parts. So some of the arms on the front were brand new. It had a dummy V8 sort of block look at
Right.
the back.
Yep.
And it had all the full shocks. All the shock towers are different. And the chassis is different. It's actually wider, so it can take an
Okay.
8.4 volt battery
Bigger battery.
and a faster motor.
Woohoo. Okay, so that's a good one.
Yep.
So, talking about the Super Hot Shot,
Yes.
here we go. You have it.
There you go,
That's your
Super Hot Shot.
Shot.
So, don't know if everyone got to see, last week we showed off a original Super Shot.
Hot Shot. Yeah, that's true.
So, this is exactly the same as that original one, except now they call it the Super Hot Shot. So, you don't get them confused. So
Confused, correct.
that's why when we saw that Super Shot, we'd use an original and it should be kept original.
I would recommend everyone to jump to last week live and check that one out because that was
Oh, that
very
was
nice.
spectacular.
Very
Yeah, yeah.
rare to see one of those in a very good condition as well with
Yes.
the radio, the original radio, original
Yes.
battery, and the original charger too.
That's right.
Very very nice.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Someone was asking for this a moment ago.
So this has been long awaited, and there you go, Terra Scorcher. Okay, so Terra Scorcher comes in the generation of cars that followed the Hotshot.
Yes.
So the Bigwig came out; they had all the same
Right.
gearboxes and design, and then this was a new style. So
Yeah.
it had a different layout, and it was more, I guess, monocoque and
Yes.
simpler in design.
Okay. Terra Scorcher and
Yep.
the last one we have here is a big one. That's heavy. There we go.
Pretty chunky.
That's huge.
There you go, the bullhead.
So this one is
So who can tell me
Big
what this
monster
is
truck.
based on? So which chassis is this on?
big monster truck.
So this was on a big truck chassis, which had a quite interesting name. It was all red. If
Right.
anyone can remember. There you
Aha.
go.
Clodbuster.
Clodbuster
Well
it
done.
is.
Well
so
done.
bullhead, they put the prime mover type body on it.
Right.
Gave it a bit more American feel. It's got an American flag hanging off it, hasn't it?
It does, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, it does up here.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is the same as the Clodbuster. So Clodbuster was quite interesting because it was one of the first of the monster trucks.
Monster trucks, yeah, with a big gearbox and everything.
And when you got them built, they're pretty chunky.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we actually did a good review on the Clodbuster, I think, on YouTube.
That was a
few
little
months
while
back,
ago.
actually. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. So check that one out. There we go, and that's it for the Tamiya. This is really heavy, actually.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of bits in there. Big tyres.
Cool. So,
All
does
right.
anyone have any questions? I believe we have more cars at the front, but these are probably the top 5 that we received.
Someone was asking about the TT01 to the Mustangs.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't know
have to
about
have a look
those.
at those.
That'll be a brand new thing, I'd say. That's a brand new Mustang shape.
That's the new Mustang, yes.
Yes, the racing one.
That's going to come on a separate delivery, I believe, because that's a new release.
Yes.
So new releases come separately from this re-release orders. So maybe
Shouldn't be too long, I think.
No, shouldn't be too far away.
Yeah.
So that's a different one.
Yep.
But moving to the next topic is one of my favorite. I think I've been waiting for this car for a long time.
It's not one of your favourite. You've been dying for this for ages.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Traxxas is not helping us.
No,
We deliver
no.
one at a time.
Yep.
But
But it
this is
arrived.
It arrived, and
Yep.
we've got it here. So this is it. We briefly presented this on the live a few weeks back as a new release. That's the TRX6. So it's a 6x6
Where's it?
truck.
Looks like a bus.
It's a bus. Yes, it's a limousine. It's a limousine Mercedes, and we finally have one for our project.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
That's
yeah,
very
that's right.
impressive.
We're going to do something special to this.
I
aren't we?
think so. So we're going to upgrade this one, and it'll be a one-off piece eventually. with quite a
So,
few
so we'll
upgrades.
show you little updates as
Progress.
we go along.
Yes.
So we'll do little bits and pieces and make it super special
I think so.
Yep.
So
to Nick's standards.
different wheels, probably different bumper bars, quite a lot of upgrades that we have planned. Again, they do come with a traditional radio from Traxxas, which does have ability of changing the gears and locking the differentials. We reviewed last week the TRX4, which is pretty much the same chassis, but this one's got an extra axle at the back, which makes it really interesting. Should climb really well, because it's got quite a bit more support at the back when you're climbing.
It's quite articulated.
It's very articulated still, yes. It's very, very well built.
You'll see here if you pick up this.
It's a bit of a, wow.
It's a bit funky, isn't it?
So again, the front part is the same as the TRX4, and then you've got the extra axle at the back.
It's very clever how they've done all this. So all this wheel
Yeah.
arch here is all brand new. It's all in
Yep.
one piece.
What is very nice with these bodies is that when you put the body on, it tends to seal the car really well.
Oh, it stops all the stuff from flying
It
inside.
limits the amount of water that comes in. Now this body comes with LED lights as well. So
Oh,
it's
yeah, there's a lot of
it's fully
wiring
lit.
in here.
So there's lots of wiring in there. So really nice. Now the white, I'm not sure if it's a limited edition, but definitely was a recent edition. Originally came out in grey and black. So that's quite impressive. Big truck. There we go.
Wow, I like that. Little lights.
So yeah, they're
It's
all
really
plugged
clean.
in. Very clean.
Yes.
So I think week by week we'll do a bit of progress, add
Yep.
some parts to it, and report back. And if you have any suggestion on what we could do to this truck, well, make sure you tell us in the comments.
Yep.
It will be a one-off limited edition.
That's
I think
it.
at the
Doesn't
end.
matter how crazy your suggestion is.
We'll try.
think about it.
We'll think about it.
Yep.
And see what happens. But definitely different wheels.
Yep.
Different front and rear bumpers, perhaps.
Can you do portals and things on this too?
You can do portals, yeah. It
Right.
does have portals, so you're probably gonna put brass portals at the front. Let's
Yep.
see if you can see. Perhaps, yeah. Tricky. Oh, sorry, that's your hand. There you
Sorry,
go.
it doesn't matter. I've got another one. All right. Nice.
Okay, so moving to the last topic. As always, we have a diecast car that we present.
Mhm.
What is going to be today? What is going to be? Let's see.
What is it going to be? I have no idea what it's going to be.
Actually, you put that one for a reason there, I believe. Have you?
That one.
That Gundam.
Oh, well, this is just a good idea for the competition. So the competition that's starting for, well, today at 5. This is just an example. I mean, this is by Bando, but it's not a Gundam. So this is
Ah.
actually from Votom's series.
Right.
They're really cool too. So stuff like this, really anything. Evangelion, all that sort of mech stuff. Perfect.
Very good. Meanwhile, can someone guess what car is this one? So
Fast one?
it definitely is the fast one. It definitely is orange. But this is again a racing model from a different manufacturer. So we've been presenting products from BBR and from Techno Model, and this one is another Italian manufacturer. Now, these ones are even better. They are fully handmade in Italy. There are some of the other ones are made in China, still
Yep.
designed in Italy, and the quality control is in Italy. This is actually fully made in Italy. So much finer details.
So again, it's a resin
Resin cast in 1/18 scale. Very limited edition once again, and this is a Lamborghini. Obviously, you can see the big logo here at the front. Let's jump on the camera on the side, perhaps. There we go. Here we go.
I'll just put this down here.
Here we go.
Alright, so let's try and get in a bit sharper.
As usual, the finishing and the detail is really impressive. Perhaps this time you can actually see the sea inside and the dashboard. Let's see. Here we go. That's really good.
So just sort of see the dash there.
Yeah, they've got steering wheel. You can see all
Yep.
the details of the dashboard. The trims on the seat that are, I think they're red. Are they red
Yeah,
or orange?
black and red.
Black and red.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really fine.
Really fine again.
So it's interesting how the seats have got this sort of matte to semi-gloss finish,
Yeah.
but then you've got some gloss finish parts on the dash as well to replicate the carbon fiber. And you've got a really fine mesh at the back. Let's see, is that in focus? No.
Here we go.
You might be able to just see through the mesh here. You can actually see bits of the exhaust.
The exhaust and
Yep.
yes, the engine and all that. So later this week or early next week, we should be receiving quite a few BBR cars. Actually, some nice Ferrari, the F8 that we presented in the live a few weeks back.
Yep.
They're finally arriving.
Yep.
And as you see, this one has got some really nice wheels as well, very detailed.
Yeah, they're very low profile, aren't they?
Yes, very low profile.
You may not be able to see in the footage, but it's got a really fine pearl flex through this. Very soft orange.
Yes.
It's like a gold. But yeah, very nice indeed. So there you go. So what's that? MR.
This is MR
Collection.
Collections. There are manufactured these fantastic 1/18 scale cars that do lots of sport cars, and
So your logo there.
it has some Ferrari coming and quite a few different ones. So very well finished. This very nice color, this kind of metallic orange, I think.
Yep, really premium.
Very premium, absolutely. So, and that's it
Very
for
nice.
today. That's the last topic of today, I think.
Yeah. Wait, how about, does anyone have any questions at all? Because we're happy to run out and grab some stuff to show you. Or any really basic questions, like anything you'd like to see next time round.
Yes, tell us in the comments. You can always rewatch the previous lives on YouTube and also on Facebook.
Yes.
Feel free to comment so we know what to present next. And make sure you comment throughout the week. We tend to present some of these products again throughout the week with different pictures and be more detailed. So if you have any questions again, you can pop them in there and we'll address them in the next live.
Yep, for sure. So yeah, in the meantime, make sure you leave comments what you'd like to see. Also join in the competition. Make sure you share the competition too. I mean, if we can get up to 60 or even more entries to that, it'll be absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic, yes.
Yep.
Very good.
All right.
Okay, well, thank you for watching once again.
Thanks again. Take care and enjoy your model building.
Absolutely. Bye-bye. See you next time.